Okay, good morning, or whatever time of day it is. Welcome to our little farm. Getting ready to go spread manure and just have to get the spreader out of the shed and the tractors out of the way. So, yay. Because have this beautiful manure, or compost now I guess, pile to get out of the way and get spread. Sorry chickens, you guys are losing your death path. So, need to get that spread, so going to go get the spreader out of the shed, but I have to get a hitch for the back of the 317 because I don't want to pull the ballast box off to put it on 2 minutes later off the big tractor, because big one tractor show is fun. Or actually I guess there's 2 tractors, but the 8-end's currently out of commission because glorious electrical problems. That's on the list of things to fix. Not today, but later, so. Here's the 317 in all of its beautiful glory, and rust, and mud, and, well, being a 317. And here's the 3-point now. Actually, I think it's the first time I've towed anything with this hitch. Got it this winter from Rueg Manufacturing on the 3-point. I have not towed anything, I've just pulled that plow. So, let's see how much of a cold starting pain in the butt this will be. Let you guys watch all the beautiful smoke this thing throws. Now while that warms up, I'm going to pull that 185 out and then I'm going to put the camera down for that because that thing's heavy. Okay, spreader's out now. So. Down pinned. I'll deal with this in a minute. So, it's a new Idea 12A. We picked up over the, I guess that last summer at this point. Seems to work pretty good. We've only really spread chicken litter, but it's a good old spreader and it works good. So I'm gonna go get the 2025 moved down here and the 317 back to the shed. Actually, I might just leave it down here in case I need to push stuff up, but go get stuff moved around quick, and then I think there might be lunch in there, and then we'll get to loading this. So I'm gonna turn the camera off now. Okay, turns out lunch came before getting the tractor, but have the tractor out of the shed now, getting it greased, and we're going to get the some grease thrown at the spreader, and then we'll get to loading. So pretty sure the plan is once we get this loaded and go spread it, is we'll just pull the spreader in and park it right here, because then you can take the tractor in, scoop, back up, and then dump. You just have to make like a V, rather than, and then whenever you go to pull the spreader out, you just hook up and back it out, rather than something like this where you have to go make a big loop or do some real fancy backing to get out of here. So then we don't have to tear the hayfield up as much. Sorry for the coughing and sniffling, so it's allergies or I'm getting sick, I don't know which, but yeah. Anyway, so this pile came out of the cow pasture over there. Oh geez, was that like a year ago? I can't remember now. It's a pretty good size, and it's still pretty good size. Not taking a whole lot off of it, just settled and has rotted, so. This will be the first big job for this spreader, because we've only taken like 2 loads of chicken manure out with it so far. See, everyone's left their house under there. So, well, let's get this out of the way. So that's parked out of the way there in case I need to use it. I'll have to hook up the blade lines if I do. But, okay, I'm going to go, I guess, make a jump cut, because greasing stuff gets boring, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, stuff's greased now. This thing gives this frickin' baler a run for its money for the number of grease zerks on it, but it's greased, so. Yeah, true. So, this is done now, I think. I'm sure next time we grease it, we'll find about a dozen more, but I think we got everything, so it's ready to go now. So this has been greased now, the front axle and the loader. I think it's basically every grease zerk on this thing. Okay, physics doing interesting stuff. So, and now this thing's ready to go, so we have to drop this ballast box off to tow that. So, looks like we won't take the drawbar off if we drop it, so. Wish this thing, put my earbuds in there because I'm not going to use them at the moment, so. We had some drawbar or jack stand shenanigans. He had to move the hole in this bar here that this pin goes through because it wasn't able to lift the jack enough to take this and slide it out of these hooks. But now that's fixed. So I'm going to go shut the camera off and load this over there quick. So I'll be back in a second. Well, unexpected interruption. That tire was almost on the rim, so we had to put air in that. But now it's good, so Okay, that works pretty good. Drop the headset on the ground. Okay, that worked pretty good. First time actually running stuff that's not chicken litter through here. So, there's a little bit left, but I'm not going to bother running that out because it's going to take forever, so we'll just stop here. But I'd say it did a pretty good job. I'll have to see what it did back up towards the beginning, but I think it did a pretty good job, especially once I sped the drag chain up a little bit, because when I first started it wasn't moving back very fast at all, so it wasn't working good. But that worked pretty good, I'd say. So I'm going to go check the job of that and take this back to the farm to reload. So see you in a little bit again. Okay, so we're back, spreader's unhooked, so I think I'm going to just set my camera up on that tractor on a time lapse and get to work. got this tractor put up, gave the cows a bell, and I think I'm going to put the camera down and getting all this stuff put in, so yeah, got a decent, like a quarter of that pile spread probably. Spreader worked pretty good, so I can't complain about that. Spreader's been blown out with the leaf blower, so it shouldn't fall apart by the time we use it again. Like I said, it worked good, so I don't know. I guess we're happy with it. So